dudes would actually bet on their spiders. And some of the spiders had reputations because they would build up winning streaks. And, guys would give their spiders all kinds of cool names. And some guys would eventually retire their spiders, like, no, I don't fight him no more, man. He's 10-0, undefeated. And guys would bet cigarettes and honey buns and, soups and,
That's valuable stuff,
yeah,
man.
yeah, that's commodity.
Yeah.
That's commerce in prison. That's cash. 2 packs of Newports is $5. You know what I'm saying? That's nigga bet $5. Okay, and you pay off for 2 packs of Newports. Or soups for 50 cents. So it's 10 soups. The what kind of? I think it was Irish Spring. The Irish Spring soaps were $1. So 5 soaps.
Oh man.
Yeah. Everything commerce.
Were
Man.
these the little ones or the big ones? There's a story.
They were the full size.
Full size.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a story where Charles Barkley said he almost lost one of those. Have you?
No, I don't even want to know that story.
Okay,
I don't even want to know that story.
Continue.
I don't want to know where he lost it at. So at the work camp, because guys were able to go outside the fence, a lot more dudes had pet spiders. And man, I don't know what it's somebody in our house, our housing unit, our dorm, whatever they call it back then, stole like a plastic container from the chow hall and cut like a little hole in the top of it so the spiders couldn't climb up the sides and you could see into it and they couldn't get out. And when guys first started, betting on their spiders, I don't remember who it was. It's been so long ago. I could see faces, but I can't remember names. But I remember that they cut the hole in this top, and the guy used to keep it in his locker and would put stuff in it, and then when it was time, like Saturday nights would be the spider fights. And all week dudes would be building it up, like, oh man, my spider Conan, boy, he gonna whoop your spider. Oh, no, damn, my spider, Mr. Blang, and everybody, all spiders had names, and it was funny because it would drop one spider in, and then as soon as the other spider came in, their front arms would go up, and you see them, they look like crabs, like moving around, and you'd have to like push a stick to kind of make them engage a little bit. But once they got within range, they would scrap. And inevitably, one would flip the other one on its back. And once he was on his back, those fangs would go in and they would eat him. And, guys was betting heavy. Some guys, had a little, because you always got cash. It's always around. At that time, we weren't allowed to have cash, but the gamblers kept cash. The drug dealers had cash. It was always a little moving and shaking going on. And spider fights was a main event draw on Saturday nights in our dorm. And the cool thing was, like, the CO that used to regularly work our dorm, he ain't mess with us about it because ain't nobody getting in trouble.
And this is not prime time, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Daryl Davis.
No.
Okay, not him.
No.
Okay.
I met him at work release.
Okay,
that was years later. At this point, it was DeSoto work camp.
Okay.
And yeah, so the spider fights were a big deal, and it like all week it would get built up to the big. And then there was one spider, man, I can't remember the guy's name now, but there was one spider that he was such a badass that dudes ain't even want to put no spiders against him. And it would just be exhibitions. People would just catch spiders just to feed that spider because it was big, and that spider was aggressive. They wasn't messing around. So one day I'm messing around out in the yard, and I see what looked like a stick bug. But as I got a little bit closer, I saw that it was a species of praying mantis. It was a brown mantis, but it looked like a stick bug. And I saw it, I was like, oh man, look, a praying mantis. So I caught it, and I was holding it, and it didn't fly away. And I had it on my hand, and I was kind of messing with it a little bit. And I was like, oh man, this is dope, man. So I had a hair pomade jar, but it was a little bit bigger because it was like gel. And I remember I cleaned the rest of it out, and I put a couple sticks in there with some leaves, and I put the mantis in there, and I put some holes in the jar, and I went and I caught some little wood spiders, and I put the wood spider in there, And dude, I'm telling you, it was one of the coolest things ever. Like the mantis, when the spider would get in there, the mantis would be posted up on the stick, and you'd see it would turn its head, and like, and that shit would rock. It would just start kind of rocking a little bit, and the little wood spider would know, like, spider sense. Like,
Yeah.
I guess if I threw you in with a lion, you know, like, oh,
Oh,
damn, you
I'm
know.
in trouble.
And one of the most amazing things, because the mantis, if you ever look at a praying mantis, its hands are like ice picks, like, you know, like spears. And you would see the mantis would just soup, like stab it up and then pick the spider up and turn it around to the abdomen. And you could see the mandibles and it would eat the spider,
Oh.
and you would watch it eat the spider.